let me record this. So my application, what I'm going to build is HR applications. So HR management. So in my application, that is my application, HR management. So in my company, I'm going to build a HR management application in Salesforce. So to manage the employees, to manage their salaries, to manage their leaves, and to manage their maybe a support request and their additional So generally, like using the Salesforce, I'm going to build HR management. So that is my applications. The same way, now you understood, right?
Yeah. So in the same way, for example, you have created a blog, right? So can you call a blog an application?
No, that is like it's a site. It's a website basically. Yeah, you can build a blog also one of the applications. So maybe like you are trying to manage the blogs within the application. But again,
Okay.
the one which I build is the one which I showed you earlier. So it's a site which I implemented on Salesforce. That is not the applications. But what this site will do, basically, it will help them to get the charity. So as a charity, you can go and register like your informations, and you can create your own event, and you can get the money like this, because this is a charity. They are collecting like a donation from the people. So this is again, it's an application. We build that application as a site using the Salesforce. So generally, application means what? Like um, we can go for HR management, or we can go for like any event management, or like for oil and gas, like you can go for it. Okay. Now, can you give me an example, like what is your day-to-day work, like what you are doing it, so that like I can
Uh,
convert like your day-to-day work into an application, not an issue. Yeah.
so I'm into change management. So my day-to-day work is depends upon the clients, to be very honest, but like it's mostly regarding the change and learning work.
Okay. I will come up
So
with that.
we can
Let's
we
say
can count it under HR.
yes. Not an HR, right? Like let's say change management, it's an one of the application. So now where you are tracking all the changes, like okay, client is asking for so and so, and whether what is the status of that changes, whether it's a completed or in progress, and how much we progress. Are you tracking like everything?
Yep, that we are trackers. Yep.
Yeah. So we can build the same tracker on Salesforce itself.
Okay.
So using the Salesforce, we can build the change management tracker or project management. Using the Salesforce, you can build a nice project management applications,
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
So project management is also one of the application, I will say, like a project management.
Okay.
So like this, you guys like come up with your own applications, and then we can start creating that application. Like we can start like implementing that application in Salesforce parallelly, so that like yeah, again, this is not like a restricted to one application. You can come up with like your own data model, like okay, so I'm going to build like a project management, and this is my data model. Like yes, definitely we can do that. Yeah, so that is one of the task I'm going to assign to you guys. So just to come up with the applications. Yeah, so this one already we gone through it, basically going through the Salesforce product and navigation, front end and as well as back end. And the next requirement is like come up with like your own applications. So what kind of application you would like to build in Salesforce? Yeah. So that is the another one more exercise I would like to give. Now, once if you identify the applications, now you need to know what are the tables involved in that application, right? So let's say, for example, for HR management, can you give me like what are the entity involved in that? What are the object involved in that? Or what are the table involved in the HR management?
Employee code.
So basically you need to manage the employee detail, right?
Yeah.
So employee detail is the one of the table. Then what else?
Their salary.
Okay, salary details. What
Their
else?
leave details.
Okay.
Performance.
Okay, good. Yep. So now you know, right? Like this is the object required in order to fulfill the application. Like, so I'm going to build a HR management. To build that HR management, I need all this object. Now, each object, there will be an attribute, which is, we call it as a fields. So for employee, what are the fields we need?
Employee code.
Basically name, code, email, their full detail, right?
Yeah.
So in Salesforce terminology, what we call it as, that is the configuration workbook. So basically that configuration workbook done by BA, business analyst and solution architect or technical architect, whoever like discussing with the client, they will get the requirement and they will prepare the configuration workbook, and that configuration workbook given to an administrator to create application into a Salesforce. So first of all, you need to understand what is the configuration workbook, what are the information is there in the configuration workbook. So if I open the sample configuration workbook, this is the one of the sample configuration workbook. So I will share like all this Excel sheet, like this is the Excel sheet I'm going to refer you throughout like admin training. So I will share all these documents. So now if I open the configuration workbook, basically what it include in that configuration workbook is app name. What is the application you are trying to build? So for my scenario, what is my applications? So basically like HR management. And what is the use of that and the business needs, you can put all this detail fill in. And what are the object involved in that? So let's say like a employee, sorry, salary, leave, performance. Yeah, start putting like all the object. Now each object there will be an attribute. So what you need to do, create like a, take this employee and create a new tab. So maybe like the same name is already exist. Yes, so it's there actually. So employee, and put all their details. So okay, serial number 1, and I'm going to maintain the employee name. I need employee name. What is the data type for this? Whether it's a text or yeah, these are all the different data type, which I will explain to you. And the second one is like yeah, what else you need, like email, the code, and date of birth.
Sampath, I have a question on this.
Yeah.
So with regards to the configuration workbook, so do we have the template? Meaning,
yeah. So what I'm going to do,
give the
if I share this document, yeah, if I share this document, you guys like just clone this document and you can use it.
So this is the template that has been given by Salesforce.
Client. Yeah, actually the project, the vendor, like if let's say like you are the implementation partner, so you need to give it to a client, and maybe like the client will give you like all the information. Okay, for employee, I would like to manage, I would like to maintain all these informations. So they will give you all the detail. Maybe during the meeting, you may need to capture it and put it like in the Excel sheet and share it with the client and verify this. So this is the template we use generally if you go for any project.
Okay.
In the real-time projects, so we use like this Excel sheet. Like let's say this is the customer object, like basically customer table, what information we are going to capture it, and it depends on the tables. So like yeah, the fields may vary. Yeah, so again, not immediately, you guys like take your time and bring like yeah, come up with your own applications and come up with your own object. So that's why like I explained to you like the configuration workbook. This is very important to understand. Now this configuration workbook will given to hand over to the admin. Then based on this configuration workbook, as an admin, you need to go and create a applications, object and everything. Yeah, which we will go through it. So before that, you need to understand, okay, what are all the information. So basically like application details. So whatever you need, all the information will be there in the configuration workbook. So which you need to prepare it. Okay, so any other questions?
No, good.
Yeah. All good?
Sampath,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, on this scenario, like we need to develop like all these tabs. I mean, like you mean the object, yeah, like for salary, supposed to be a separate tab for that, or
Yeah, so what you need to do, like again, it has to be a separate tab for employee separate tab, salary separate tab, leave, because each table will have a different fields.
okay.
So
And how-
employee have like a multiple fields. So put all the fields over here, like a first name, last name, date of birth, phone number, email. For salary, you have a different fields, right? So
Yeah.
you need to maintain who's which employee, at what time you are giving the salary, and how much salary you are giving, and what date. Yeah, you need to maintain like all those informations. Same way for leave, which employee and what kind of leave he is applying, how many start date, end date, how many days. So yeah, those are all the fields you need to capture it. So each object has a separate sheet, and each one will have a different fields and the data types.
Okay.
So initially, if you struggle to find the data type, just put a text. I will help you to identify, like, yeah, after like going through the data type topics, you come to know what kind of data type you need to choose it. Again, this is not need to be done like by immediately. It may take like, yeah, this entire week for you guys to prepare like your own configuration workbook. In the meantime, I will go on to show you like how to create applications, objects, and fields. Once we are done with that, then if you guys come up with like the Excel sheet, then it's easy for you to create your own application model. Yeah. Okay. So now the first thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a application now. So in Salesforce, I'm going to create my application. So again, as I mentioned, my application is HR management. So I would like to create a HR management app in Salesforce. So how do we create an app? So again, we are going to create a new things, right? So to do that, click on the setup, basically go into the backend. And you are in the home page. Search for app, because you are doing the app, right? Search for app. Here is the app managers. So just click on the app manager. So you need to remember the navigation also. Sometimes the interviewer may ask, so what kind of navigation you will use to create a new applications? Then you ought to explain the navigation as well, because sometimes they want to test you whether you worked on the Salesforce really or not. So to test that, they may ask you, so where do you navigate to create applications? They will ask you. So then what you need to do, click on the gear icon and click on the setup and go to the home. From there is a quick find. From the quick find box, search for app, then navigate into the app manager, then use the button like a new lightning app. Just click on the new lightning app to create a new applications. So you have to explain all these steps. Yeah, they may need to check because they have to validate, right? Like whether you worked on Salesforce or not. So if you are more experienced, definitely yes, you can easily go and explain that like the steps. But if you don't have experience, then you cannot. So that's why like Salesforce, like most of the company, they are looking for experience. Why they are looking for an experienced candidate? Because they know like most of the stuff, right? Now, as a new person, like if you are entering into a Salesforce, you already have experience into a different domain. But if you are entering into the Salesforce, you need to know all these navigations. So whenever they ask a questions, if you answer it, yes, you are done. So now to create a new applications, again, click on the setup, go to the home, use the quick find box and search for app. So navigate into the app managers and click new app. So here you can see all the existing applications. These are all the existing different applications. Now I'm going to create a new app, which is new lightning app. And this is the 5-step process. So the step 1 is basically to provide the app detail. Now we know what is the app name. So basically HR management. So here, app name I typed it. The developer name get populated automatically. So basically the developer can go and use this. In order to access this app, they can go and use this name. And the descriptions. Yeah, whatever it is, like you can put any descriptions, detailed description, you can put it. And then upload the logo. So you may need to put the logo. So like what I'm going to do, I will just download like some sample logo from Google. Or HR management, maybe, yeah. Then I will get a nice logo. Maybe, yeah, I will take this logo as of now. So yeah, I don't want like any fancy logo, so I will just go for it. Or any small logos. Yeah, this one is good. So I will save this. Save image. I'm going to save it in my local. Then you can upload that, the whatever you saved the image. So generally you will get this logo from the client and then you need to upload it. So I'm uploading the logos. So just select that logo. Yeah. And org theme options. So are you happy with the same theme, or theme in the sense like the background colors, like the same themes? Like if you click on it, you will see like the background, these themes, each tab like the themes. So how do you want to go ahead with the like a Salesforce default themes, or use my application themes, this color? Basically it's a white color. So I will go ahead with at the moment like a Salesforce themes by default. And primary colors. So the background colors, the primary colors like for the tabs and other stuff. So again, this also I can go ahead with the like a default one. Then navigations. How the navigation, if you want, after selecting these HR management applications, how the navigation is look like. So you want like horizontal navigations or like a different vertical navigations. So standard navigation is this one, horizontal. And console navigation means it's a vertical. So for example, if I go for any console applications, so here the tabs will be aligned vertically. This is for console applications. So how do you want the tab? I would like to go ahead with the like a standard navigations. And then the form factor, supported form factor, both desktop and the phone, it's a similar navigations. Or if you want a different desktop or different phone, like you can go for it. But I'm happy to go ahead with the same navigation for a desktop as well as phone. And the setup experience, whenever if you click on the gear icon where you want to navigate, setup or service setup, I think like all these are all like a default settings, go as it is. And app personalized settings. So whether, let's say if I select the sales cloud, so let's say if I go for a sales, now user can go and customize these tabs based on their convenience. So there is a one edit icon, right? So there is a personalize your navigation bar. So using this edit icon, the end users can go and customize their tab. Maybe administrator given a like a different tab, different order, but the user can go and align this order based on their convenience. So for that, like they have to click on the pencil icon over here. So while creating an application, would you like to enable the pencil icon or no? If you tick the tick box, you are disabling the pencil icon. So basically the end user, they cannot customize the tab. They have to use as it, whatever like the administrator providing the order, they have to use the same order. They cannot customize it. If you untick it, they will get a pencil icon. They can go and customize the orders. Same way, disable temporary tab for items outside of this app. So let's say here there is no product tabs. Yeah, there is no product. Now, if I would like to open any one of the product, so let's say like if I go to the products, now you will see, you can see the temporary tab. Now you can see the temporary menu, right? Like there is a menu get added over here. It's a temporary menu. So would you like to enable the temporary menu added here? If say yes, then leave as it is. If you don't want a temporary menu will be included, then tick the tick box. These are all again just customizations, like the configurations. You can go and configure based on the requirement. That is the step one. Basically, like in step one, we enter the app details, and step two, basically we enter the app options details. And the step
Sampath,
three,
I have a question there.
yeah,
See, like this is like when you're starting the application, you're doing all this. Is there a possibility that once you create your application and then you can go back and change all this if at all you want to disable or enable?
yes, I will come back to that. So
Okay.
once, yeah, definitely, like once if you create an application, you can go and modify the stuff. Yes.
Okay, so it's
So
not
I
just
showed you,
one
like,
time
yeah,
process.
I showed you like the application detail, right? Like if I look at like all the app, if you go to the app manager.
Mm.
So now if you would like to customize the existing application, then you have to use the edit icons.
Okay.
So this application can go and customize it. I will show you like our app itself. Yeah.
Okay. And one more question, that between the standard and the console, is just the display is the difference, or is there any other difference?
There are
in
more. There are
detail?
more. So
Okay.
console application very much helpful for support call center. So call center, they can easily navigate between two contact, or whenever they are talking to the client, they need to know like what is their cases, what is their issues, and everything. Like for them, like it's easy to navigate on a single screen. So
Okay.
the screen also it's a different, but which will go through it like a later stage. I
Okay.
will
Okay.
create a new console application and I will explain in detail.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
There are difference actually. Yeah. Okay, so add utility items. So utility item is basically shortcut navigation like this. So in the corner, you will see there's an organizer. The similar way in the application menu, you may get like in the here, you get like a small quick navigations. So easily you can access the items. So that is the utility bar. So in the mobile phone, like you have a like a small bar, like especially in Samsung, I think like, yeah, in Samsung, you will get like a small bar, like where you can navigate the items, the menu items. Like it's a kind of utility bar where you can add it like in your application. If you don't want, you can ignore it. If you would like to add it, yes, you can add like maybe, let's say notes. I'm going to take like a quick notes quickly, and maybe like there are macros. Macro will help you to run like a automation process. Yeah, this utility item will help you to like maybe if it's a call center people, they need like a telephonic, right? Open CTA, just on click on that, the telephone will open, they can go and ring it like directly. Yeah, these are all the utility bar, like in order to navigate here and there, just utility bar we can give options. Yeah. And the next one is, what are the items, what are the menu you would like to include in this app? So by default, I will go ahead with just a home. I don't want any other tab. I will go ahead with just a home. And then maybe like I need a report and dashboard. So which is like a default. Reports and dashboard. At the moment, I will just go ahead with like only these three tabs, items. Yeah. And this is the fourth step. And the next step is basically, you need to give a access to the users. So at the moment we are using the developer org. Because of that, you can see like so many profiles. But if you purchased a production org, so if it's a live environment, you won't see like this many. You will see only like how many you created. By default, you will get like these two, standard users and the system administrator, not all this. Because this is a developer org, they given like all the access levels. Because as a developer, you may need to go and you may need to log into the each profile and you need to test the functionality. That is the main reason they provide like all these profiles. But in a live scenario, you may get like only these two. So system administrator and standard users, nothing else. Again, you can go and create your own custom profiles because you want to customize the access levels for your company based on your company needs. You can customize your profiles. Yeah, so I'm adding into this profile. So only these profile users can access the application, not other profile users. Maybe on the system administrator, there are 2 users. On the standard users, there are 10 users. So all those users can access the applications. Yeah.
Sampath, I have a question here. How
Yeah.
we can add specific users? Here you're talking about group of users in standard
No, this,
system.
yeah, here we are adding the profile, but while creating a users, you need to assign the profile to the users.
Okay,
So
so
while
you'll,
creating a
okay.
new users.
Okay, so you're going to let us know in later stage.
Yeah, we'll go through that. Like, yeah, it's just it's a beginning of
Okay.
the step. So definitely, yeah, we'll go through that. Any other question?
Yeah, Sampath.
Yeah.
What about the, you said profile slide. This is by default, you get only 2, or
This is a default.
if you want to include, sorry.
Yeah, this is the default. You will get only 2 on the live environment. So this is a developer environment. That's why like you can see like all the profiles here.
Okay, if you want to use marketing user, yeah, are you able to allow to use
Yeah.
on selected
So at the
profiles?
moment, like I am not allowing, but again, if you want to give our HR management to a marketing users, you can give it. Like at the moment, I don't want.
Okay.
So even like you can go ahead with the like only one system administrator. Even I don't want to give it to a standard users. Like yeah, first play around with the system administrator, then we can go and give access to other users, other profiles, so that like it's easy. Yeah.
So only the system administrator is having all these privileges, right? Whatever.
Yes,
yeah. Like,
exactly. System administrator can go and define the profiles, users, application, and everything.
Okay.
But if you are not adding the system administrator over here, then as a system administrator also cannot see the application. It will be in the back end. It will be there in the back end, but you cannot view the application basically. So at least you need to add the system administrator to view the applications. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have added the profile now and just save and finish. That's the final step. Yeah. So we are done now. And now if you want to access the application, the one which we created, go to the app launcher. View all, and you can see that. So HR management, and you will see the logo get changed. This is your app name, and these are all the tabs which you added. Yeah. Now based on your applications.
Where is the organizer? Sorry, Sampath, where is the organizer that you have added?
Sorry.
You have added the organizer, right? Macros and notes and all those stuff.
Yeah. So it will be here. Let the utility, right?
Yep.
Macros. You will see like in the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Enable the top. Maybe like my icon is this organizer icon. This organizer is my plugin basically. So if I disable this plugin, you won't see that. So this is like my browser plugin. So generally like from your browser, you won't see like this organizer. But once if you added the utility bar, you can see like in the bottom, there is a small bar over here. So basically like if I minimize or maximize it, now still like the screen is not coming, but yeah, this is the bar. Like here you can see like there is items like the items which I added, macros, but the notes I didn't enable it. I didn't configure the CTA. That's why those 2 is not appearing here. Once I configure the notes, it will appear here. Okay. So any other question on the applications?
No, good.
Okay. So I think like we'll stop today. And tomorrow we will start creating the object. So creating a new employee and creating a salary and creating a fields. So these things we'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, we will stop up to application today. And for you guys, like the exercises, just to come up with like applications. And anyway, you guys shared the your email address. What I will do, I will go and share like all the relevant document and including like this PPT. And you guys just to come up with your own application and update your application into this Excel sheet. Their task Excel sheet. I will share it with you shortly. Like after this call, I will share like this Excel sheet. Even the configuration workbook also, I will assign it like a different date, not today. Maybe like yeah, health is good. Yeah. So anyway, already you guys have a developer account, and this one already we gone through it. And yeah, now you need to come up with your own applications. So I
Sampath, sorry, there was a problem with my internet. Can you just repeat like what you said few minutes back?
yeah, so what I'm suggesting, like, yeah, you need to go through like we will stop the session today because up to application is okay today, and tomorrow like we will start creating the object and the fields, everything. And for exercise today, exercise basically like these 4. So already this one you may have it. You can go and put the status to completed under your name. I'm going to put like all the names.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I will share this sheet, and also like the configuration workbook, I will share it with you guys, and go through the Salesforce product and navigation. Already we gone through it. Maybe if you want go through it one more time, you can go through it and put your status here once it's completed, and come up with your own applications.
Mm.
And preparing the configuration workbook, I think we can do it later. Yeah, not now. So only these 3 is good for now at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Thanks.
like we will stop this session today. So yeah, see you on tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sampath. Thank you.
Okay then. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
Sampath.
thank you,
Yeah.
Sampath.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.